All right, morning, and looks like we got sound to OBS. These things. How's it going, Johnny? Johnny Bergdahl. Good afternoon, then. Nice to see you. Let's chat over there. All right. Have here. Okay. So hello to anybody that might be new. My name is Tim. I go with Homie Guy. This is a stream where we're going to be working on some CircuitPython stuff. If you're brand new, you don't know what CircuitPython is, you can learn more at circuitpython.org. Basically, this is a version of Python that runs on tiny computers called microcontrollers. You plug it into your computer, it shows up like a thumb drive. You can then write some Python code, save it on that thumb drive, and you're able to interface with other types of hardware: displays, buttons, beepers, knobs, buzzers, sensors, lights, sounds, pretty much any kind of little electronic doodad, widget you can connect up to these things and write Python code to interact with. So that's kind of the high level look. If you are interested, I encourage you to check out circuitpython.org. You can learn more there. You can also join us over on the Discord. There is a CircuitPython dev channel and a help with CircuitPython channel if you want to get involved or just have questions or trying to make a project with it or learn what it can do. You can do all of that stuff over on the Discord as well. Let's see. Today I am jumping right in, and I am working on a. Let's see, do I have the camera pulled up anywhere in here? I have the camera loaded up. Not yet. Okay. Load the camera up on this one. I'm gonna make an attempt at this. Don't necessarily have the highest of hopes that I will succeed, honestly. I did try what I'm gonna do before once, and obviously came up empty, otherwise I wouldn't need to try it again, but which is, just how it goes sometimes. I'm gonna try again, and we'll see if we make it or not, but either way, hopefully we learn some stuff along the way, and with a bit of luck, maybe we can actually make this work. Oops, definitely don't want Java. Let's go browser. An extra one now. I have got the coffee going. Whoops. That's interesting. I don't know why this came to the front. Closer. Which mice am I using? I am using a what's the name of this mouse? I mean, it's a vertical mouse. Let's see. I can show you in a minute. Let's see. Get it pulled up. I mean, this is the specific brand. I think it's generic, honestly. Oh, I guess it does say, yeah, no, it does say it up there. I think there are other brands that are the same shape, honestly. I think there's like a mold somewhere where they're making them, but it's like this kind of vertical buttons on the side-ish, scroll wheel in the middle there. There's thumb buttons that I don't use, but I probably should. I don't know how to feed them into this computer, but I should probably figure that out because there's something I could put there that would be useful. A robot. So I have got this 7color Eink display. It is this Pomeroni 5.7-inch one. They provide a driver for it. That's a Python driver that's made to run on the Raspberry Pi, which is actually what I've got it hooked up with right now. Underneath this display right now is the, let's actually get it that way, can't I? And it's kind of too far that way, isn't it? So underneath there is the Raspberry Pi. Same Raspberry Pi that we were using for NeoPixels yesterday, but now it's got this display on top. So they provide a driver, which does work, as far as I can tell, pretty well. Just kind of still have SSH open here, so we'll pick up where we left off. It's inside of Eink. I like that they provided an uninstall here. Seven color. Actually, what is identify? I want to run that. Okay. Display variant 14. Okay. That's good to get confirmation on that. One of the things that I was trying to figure out for sure is which chip is it. Also, let me catch up. How's it going, DJ Devin? Sounds good. What mic am I using? I could show you that as well. It's a, I think it's like, I believe it was like Uhu? UHU maybe? One second. Oh, that's not what we want. Oops. Honestly, the main reason I bought it is the ARM that it has, but it is pretty nice. Broadcast condenser. Oh, I had it. Okay, there's more letters. UHURU. Uhuru recording microphone. Although, to be honest with you, I'm convinced that's the exact same one, but maybe it is. It's got a fluffy thing on it. It's the one that's in the order history, but Amazon's tricky about that. Sometimes, like, you come back to an order after a while, and it's like just a different thing in there. Living in upside down, yeah. So the it is upside down ways. We'll I mean, we could rotate the image or something. There's probably a way to flop it in the code as well. The power cable, honestly, is the largest determining factor of the orientation right now. How's it going, C. Grover? Having afternoon coffee, nice. Yeah, no, it's been a good mic for me. I have no complaints. I think it was a bit more expensive than it said on there. I want to say it was like $50 when I got it, but I used a mouse like that. It was okay. Turns out my hand is fine with the mouse I have now. The button's on the side, so I put it back in the drawer. How long did it take for Pimeroni to arrive? So I mean, it will take I did not order it from their website, so I did not wait for shipping like that. That being said, I mean, it has to go across the ocean. So unless you're in, I think they ship out of UK as far as I know. So if you're not in Europe, then it's probably going to take a while. I would not be surprised at all. But I got it from Micro Center, actually. They had it in stock there. How's it going, Axel? With my magic mouse. I need to grip it, just rest my hand and move my arm. Also has the touch on top for scrolling. Interesting. Is that from, what is that? Is that like Austin Powers or something? Speaking of Pimeroni, they sell them. Have you seen the M5 stack I2C things? I don't think so. Oh, no, I definitely haven't seen this. So M5, I have seen that on things before. I don't know what is that like a standard connector or something? actually know what the M5, but I have seen stuff with that on it. Angle, 8-angle unit. And this connects on the end down here. A lot of encoders. Is it one of the ones doing the? Whoa. Oh, right. Yeah, I've seen this device. Well, I've seen this display. Oh, I see. Okay, interesting. That's kind of cool. I think I have I think I have a sensor that's this kind of plug, maybe. That. Hammer cam. Oh, wow, that's pretty crazy. Does it shoot the one? It must shoot the one across the way. You put the camera on one side and it shoots the picture of the other side. Then it can OCR to figure out what's missing. Interesting. Sorry, that's a bit of a tangent, but looking at their stuff some more. M5 stack is ESP based. These Grove, I think, can have a bunch of expansion boards like that, plus the stacking ones. They have a decent sized community as well. Nice. Yeah, their stuff looks nice. I like all the little boxes, basically. Like, each thing is kind of its own enclosed thing. Gives it a nice clean look, honestly. Like some of these, like these could plug in the top, maybe? Is that the plug in somewhere? Huh. I'll have to play around with those at some point. Okay, so we've got the Eink display. It comes with a Python driver, which I've got open somewhere over here. Nope, that's not it. So this is a similar chip, I think, but this one's not the 7color. The Python driver. I had it somewhere. Let's see. A bunch of things kind of open for this journey. Here it is. I mean, this is the specific file. Actual kind of high-level driver is back here a bit. So it's in a repo with a driver for a couple other types of Eink things. The one that I have is the impression 7-inch or 5? No, 5.7 inch. Setup set image. Display.show. By 48. And so all of this stuff does work. If we look at back into 7color in here, I have not done all of them, but like stripes, I think I've done. Run that and it'll do its thing. And now it is slow to refresh. It's like probably 30 seconds or 45 seconds or something to do a full refresh, and it does this whole flashy thing going on the whole time. You kind of see ghosty versions of the old one and ghosty versions of the new one. You can kind of actually get a sense for the way it works as well, the way it's kind of like mixing the colors and doing the different layers in different ways here. And like, it's finally done there. We'll get to the end and you'll be left with the image. In this case, the image is all these different stripes, just showing, I think, all the different colors. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so those are the 7 different colors we have. I will say the lighting makes kind of these top 1 and 3 look pretty close. Naked eye, I think they're a bit farther apart. It's better, but different. But so this all works. You can run it from Python. I would like to run it from CircuitPython, right? It'd be nice. I mean, two things, honestly. It'd be nice to run it through Blinka Display.io, but it'd also be nice to run it just directly from a microcontroller. And I know Scott's been working on this lately, so another piece to this puzzle is, which this one I don't have open yet. Another piece to this puzzle was a PR that just got merged recently. I'm gonna find that one. I think it's like, say Eink or well, it said same one for Bengal. So in this PR, Scott was working on something like this: A cap E 7color. Did there support in palette? There's a couple changes in here that were relevant to this inside of the core in like ePaper display.io. Add advanced eColor, 2-byte sequence length. Oh no, that one it already had actually, sorry. Startup time, advanced color. So Scott did some work to make this work, and then he also made these 2 libraries. This one is for a 7color display. This one I think also is for a 7color display, but and they're different ones. Yeah, they're different than each other, and they're also different than the one I have, so I don't think we can just like use one of these, but I have them open to reference because I think the thing we need to make is similar to these. We need to make a similar class that extends ePaper display, but we need to have our own all this stuff and possibly some other things like these things. Catch up on the chat over here as well. Closures are what make them stand out. Ihura is from Austin Powers 2. Okay, she worked on the console in the volcano. Dr. Evil on the island. She had about 70s jive vibe. Got electrocuted by a relay antenna console and died. Oh, that's tragic. Star Trek? Where do I go? They're clicking on these ones I see. Oh dear. Fortunate. Rubber gloves. You have rubber gloves when you're doing that stuff. Maybe don't push as many buttons at once as well. It feels like a lot of buttons to push. Okay, so we have kind of a bunch of different bits and parts, and we're gonna kind of try to just hack them all together and hope for the best. So, yeah. This is the actual Pymaroni driver. Got kind of a lot of stuff in it. It's got all these declarations for commands and things. Seem probably helpful, right? Gonna want those. I'm mostly interested in only this resolution. I don't care as much about the other one. But I guess if we got this working, theoretically it would work on the other display as well, maybe? Saturated palette. Saturated palette. So they have EEPROM storage, which they use to put some information about the device. That way it can automatically look up which device it is inside the driver, which is a nice touch. Does have great electrical design for a ship in the future. And so one of the things is this driver that we do have is just a bit different, right? This doesn't have, you know, like in a CircuitPython driver, I'm used to seeing this start sequence. We don't really have that in the same way in this driver. We have setup function. Which set up all these pins, initialize the SPI bus, put the reset pin low and then high, wait for 1 second. Okay, wait for 1 second. That sounds familiar, right? Didn't Scott say that in this one? Startup time? After resetting the display? Yeah. Resolution setting. And so then they just go right into these send commands. Goes T-res. It's one of those variables, yeah. Pack 8HH width height. And it's got all of these things, I guess are maybe analogous to this. Panel setting here. We don't have quite the same one. CMD-H power setting. Why is this clickable if nothing happens when I click on it? Love retro Hollywood keyboards and computer props always packed with explosives and high voltage. Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely a fan of low voltage, low stakes electronics. Display colors. So I don't really, so I will be totally upfront. Today's going to be a lot of me being like, I don't really get how this works. There's going to be a lot of that probably before we can even really make an attempt. And then, like I said earlier, I'm not necessarily confident that our attempt is going to lead to a working display, but I don't really get, so these are all documented bytes things here. Okay, I get it, I think, maybe. These are saying the first 2 bytes select this thing. 1 means this size, which incidentally is what we want. This byte selects whether something about the selection, either 0 or 1. This one we ignore. This one selects these things. Okay. Soft reset. And those are the 2 sizes. For X00. What is PSR? Our resolution setting is one of these 2 things. and then it's actually combining together with all of this stuff. Okay. So in total, we have, for our display, we have this with a 1, 1 in front of it. This is the full first thing that gets sent. Plus the 8 for the number of colors. That's in a list, but then it's also PSR. Panel setting, PSR. Send command. Send command actually do out of here. And data send command over spy command byte optional list of values. We take a command and then a list. No. We get command optional, okay, optional list of values. So we do we not need all of these? I guess the thing is that inside of here, all of this stuff has been compacted. And we don't have individual ones named. Instead, it's just been seemingly put together with these are the correct ones without really listing out all of them independently. Although it does do kind of this per line thing going here. One thing I'm gonna do is get this open in PyCharm. What? Oh, I think, yeah, okay, there's a thing called Inky what. Okay. Oh, and there's our 1-1 versus the 1-0? Variance as well. A factor in, I guess. Where will it come from? Multi. Okay. Some of this stuff I think might happen for us. Like, I don't think we need to micromanage reset. I could be wrong. Wait. Solution setting. Bit horizontal followed by in-bit vertical resolution. Okay. So the very first, I actually put my notes wrong, didn't I? Not actually the first thing that sends, it's the second thing is that full string there. This is the first thing, which is the TRES, and then whatever the output of this ends up being. Is OX61. Is the command. But I don't know, how does command... relate back to this, right? Is it just the first thing here? Because we don't really have command in data. In fact, I guess we don't even really get to see what happens with all these things. Unless we look inside ePaper display. I'm gonna be in over my head here. 128mm could easily fit two of them in the cowbell enclosure. The knobs, or yeah. Driver IC name is unknown. I mean, is there any possible chance, should we try running it with this? Is there any possible chance that's gonna work? I don't think so, right? Let's say unknown, driver IC is unknown. And I think he said this was for like the wave share one. I mean, can it hurt anything? I don't think it could hurt anything to try. Hopefully not. Surely it's not. Surely it's not the same driver. Well, okay, I'm totally not actually even set up for it to try it yet, so we'll have to work on that in a second. 7.37 color. Would have to change the width and height. Oh, that's a different one there. Oh, hey. Maybe that's from the other one. Mm-hmm. Oh, oh, that one's the wrong one. I got too many browsers, don't I? Put this one in its own thing here. Okay. So before we could even try it, I don't think that driver is going to work, but maybe we can start adapting from there, I guess, hopefully. Before we can even try that, though, I have to get it wired up, because right now we're plugged into the Raspberry Pi, not a microcontroller. Let's see, we're going to want this way. Pinout is here. And we have to mentally flip this, right? Because I'm just going to shut down the Raspberry Pi so I can like pick it up and turn it around and do stuff with it. Wait a minute to shut down. But basically, in this photo, we're looking at a Pi face up, diagram of a Pi face up. Are we? Yeah. We're looking at a diagram of a Pi face up, but when it gets plugged into this, it's actually plugged in upside down, if you think of it the way that we're looking at it top down here this way, because we're looking at the underside of this. So this will actually be plugged in like this. Actually, like, totally flipped around. Let me turn this way. Which then means this goes this way. Then means this is like this. And our top 2 pins here are the 2 power pins, 5 volts. Which means that those are actually the top 2 on the left side when I'm looking at it upside down like this. So those top 2, basically the sides are swapped. Yeah. 5-volt power is labeled on the right, but it's actually swapped. It's actually in the left column here. Okay. Varret's nest of an RP2040 here. Got 3-volt power and 5-volt power, actually. I assume that it has both of those. Kind of assuming any line that is drawn in is used. One thing they don't specify is which ground is connected, but I mean, hopefully all the grounds are connected, right? Surely all the grounds are connected. I don't know how well we'll be able to show all of this, but I'll do my best. It's gonna have implode into a rat's nest of cables at some point, so we can. So we're flipped. So I'm just gonna take the third one down here as my ground. Third one on the left, since it's third one on the right here, but we're flipped. Yeah. And then this is 3-volt power, which is going to be on the top right. It's tight on the wires, isn't it? What? It's longer. How long are they? Bought a new box of wires. Be right back in 1 second. I'm gonna cut it open real quick. Actually long. Oh yeah, that one's actually. Really they're actually zip tied. I need to cut that as well. These longer ones, I think, are like our power here, for instance, our 3-volt. Honestly, our ground, it would be nice to have a long ground as well. 3-volt, top right. $5-volt is our USB pin. Top left. That one should be short. I2C bus. I'm pretty sure the I2C bus is only used for the buttons, not actually the display. But I mean, I suppose I don't know for certain. So, in our case, SDA, CL. Have SDA blue. Is going to be right side. We're flipped. SDA is the next one down from the 3-volt power. CL after that. Get a couple of blanks that we're not using, and so then we've got busy, reset, data command, chip select, MOSI, and SLCK clock. I'm gonna try to match this. So chip select they have on GPIO 8. This is using chip select on D9. Do 10 first. They have 10 on DC. And 10 on DC. See data command, they have it on 22. So let's see, that's on our right side. There's 2 blanks between the I2C pins, so 2 blanks after SCL. Then there is busy, then there is reset, then there is data command. So 2 blanks and then another 2 blanks. GPIO 10, which we are using for DC. It's on our right side because we're flipped. One down is pin 9, which is CS, which is now going to be on our left side, and it's just way the heck down there. Should we do the other side first? Maybe let's do the other side first, because then we can put it across from clock. Seems a lot more convenient. So let's skip 9 for now. Let's do busy and reset instead. So busy is on 12 in this example. Not actually how my one before was wired. I don't actually have a 12. This is not using 5 or 6, which I do have wires in there on mine. Let's get rid of those. Okay, we're using 9 and 10, but we're not using 5 and 6. On the schematic, the buttons are on D5. Oh. 5, D6. 22. I don't know which ones those are in this diagram. Is that just like 22, this 22 maybe? In any case, though, I don't necessarily need the buttons yet. But yeah, you're probably right. For the I2C, then, is probably not the buttons, but the EEPROM chip, where it's reading the configuration. It has like the size and version and some things stored in there. That does make sense, yeah. That's probably what we got there on I2C. So then I guess, would we need I2C? Well, I don't need my driver to necessarily do the automatic detection, although that would be kind of cool. I would be happy if I could get it even just everything hard-coded. So let's start with that. But I do have them wired up, I guess, so we'll see. I don't think anything in this existing driver or example would... I don't think anything in here would use I2C, so I think for now they won't do anything until we actually add code for it, but... okay, so I was gonna go busy and reset. 11 for reset. $12 for busy. Busy is going to be on our right side. 2 blanks after the I2C bus, and then it's busy. Busy. Then reset is after that, which is now between it and DC, which I probably should have done first. Looks like the numbers closest to the pins are the D pins. Okay. Nice. Connector switch. Okay, still S1, yeah. But that's actually, that'll be easier to read then. We should be able to just get those with digital I/O pins once everything is working. I mean, we could probably do it before everything is working. But I'm gonna try the display first at least. So those, we've got busy and reset data command. We need MOSI. This wire. A long one? I think I'm gonna do a long one. Longer. Really long one. Mosi is now on our right side, and it's one blank after DC, and then Mosi. Like Mosi, then clock is other side here. Okay. Actually just another blank after Mosi, then clock. Then chip select, which we left up. E9 chip select. Yep. That's actually just right across the way from clock. Now much easier. I know I didn't have the camera up for a minute, but imagine you can't see much anyway, truthfully, at this point. Honestly, all the wires are every which way, but I think we've got that wired up. Okay. Working with feathers for so long, seeing 2 long columns of pins seems so... Yeah. Yeah. Do you like the... I like feathers being separated further apart, but also different lengths. So that it's like short side, long side becomes a distinction that you can kind of use for other distinctions. I didn't realize how many variations of length. Interesting. Gently flip this over. Cleanest, prettiest thing in the world, but that's going to be our wiring for now. I know it's at a pretty steep angle, but you'll still be able to see if we get anything on there, and I can jostle it around a bit after if we do. We need to plug in our feather. I guess before I plug in the feather, I'm just gonna double check on our power pins at the very least. Down ground is definitely on the feather. Is actually 5 volts on my left now, 3 volts on my right now. Ground on my left is what I went with. Below the 5 volts power. In 3, okay. Trust. So I'll try this one. It says chip unknown. I guess maybe there's a chance it's the same chip. This is the same size at least, so... But I think this is maybe also left over, potentially, right? That might actually be from the other one or something. No, I don't know. That says, well, 7color. Doesn't have a size. Save share. Okay, I mean, if it's the same size, I guess it's a different inches. Mine is 5 inches. I just see that size. It was in the example. That's where the size was, I guess. It is different than these, though, right? Yeah, I think it might just be typoed from somewhere the size, because that is different there. Well, driver doesn't say anything about the chip inside of here, or it just says, okay, I see unknown. I have the old one here, Eink test. So my problem when I did this before, I actually was misreading the numbers, and I thought this 8151 driver would be relevant, but I don't think so anymore. Because what we have is 8159, not 8151. I think this was an older one that was 3-color, but it did exist. Color histogram stuff, I don't think we need that. Okay, I don't have ruler, I don't have any of this stuff, so I think let's try to go super basic, I guess. Let's start like real super basic. Actually, just do that like that. Okay, so we'll have a square filled with one thing, and then we'll color in 1/4 of it with another thing. Call grid, put it in the group, call show, call refresh, call sleep. These are different. And I think actually we need probably to do some other stuff too, right? Because this says RAM height, RAM width, which we probably also need reset. Are those ever going to be different? Should we have those just based on the other ones maybe? Okay. Try. Word instabytes. Oh, word instabytes. Bytes to int rather. I think that I need a new CircuitPython. I think I need that. I think I need that new build. Actually has been merged in now. I think we could get it from circuitpython.org instead of oh, do you want RAM height and width? Yeah, I don't know. Not sure. Can't. To me, it seems like there would never be a reason, but I don't really know what's going on, TBH. But it didn't crash. I don't think. Although I guess if it crashed before, it could have crashed before we connected. Then we might have just not seen anything. Well, extra keyword arguments. I wonder if we need a huge sleep at the end. We're not going to have a loop. Extra keyword arguments given. I think we don't have the right version still. I think those are the things that got added by Scott's PR. It'll probably take a second, unfortunately, to update main. Usually it does. I think it's complaining that we're missing... I think it's complaining that we're passing these arguments like startup time and ACAP. But those are what was added by that PR. It's color e-paper. Oh. Maybe it's named wrong. Startup time, but then the other one is actually not. The other one, it seems like, is this name. We got extra keyword arguments given. And then PyCharm is gonna complain about them because my stubs definitely don't have them. But CircuitPython itself should be able to find them if we have the right version. Uh-oh. Oh, please just update. It's so hard to just have main and make it update sometimes. I really sometimes feel like I have to fight with Git. I want to just update. It should be that hard. Like, I could go clone it and then I'll get an up-to-date one. I don't see... It would go faster too, which is kind of shelving changes. Have any shelf change? Cancel. Good pool. I don't know why these are like this. 8. Uncommitted shelf. I don't know even why those are changed either. Like, did not change those two things. Did not have default values. I don't know what was on the screen when you said that. Sorry. These things, I don't know if they do or not. But even I don't think that's what the error means. At least extra keyword argument. I don't think it means anything about the whether it has a default or not necessarily. Seriously, not update? Fingers crossed. Please update. Just want a new one, I guess, after this if it doesn't work. Okay, fingers crossed, please update. Let's go in. The other thing that's in this same PR is actually for the Bangle.js. I'm also interested to try out. I picked up one of those devices as well. I think that will be a different day, but definitely curious to give that a shot as well. I feel like it's at least a little bit more tread ground, so to speak. Like, I think Scott got that working all the way on that specific hardware, so I feel like I'm not necessarily on the cutting edge quite as much. Whereas this, like, you got a 7color thing working, two of them actually, but not this specific one as far as I can tell. Okay, updated, thank goodness. We want to build Feather RP2040. That was quick. Go to sleep. Those extra keyword arguments given. This one does have this actually, though. Mine had that too, and I changed it. Or which one it's supposed to be. I wish it would tell you which argument was extra. Would be pretty helpful. Oh, wait, what? Oh. Yeah. So one of the things that I didn't do last time was RAM height. Maybe we're not allowed to put these here. It just has quargs. And that's hard-coded. Yeah, those aren't gonna pass through or whatever, I guess, right? I think we can't put those here. All right, well. Okay, I took that out and it worked. Oh, it's doing something. Where's the camera? Oh gosh, oh gosh. I really hope I don't mess it up by accidentally doing the wrong driver or whatever. Trust. Now it's going again. I don't know why it did. I don't know why it reset itself. I think we want to sleep at the beginning. It's gonna take forever. I will say this is farther than I got before. I don't like that it hasn't finished yet. It restarted itself. Which it hadn't. So this is the culprit extra argument. It does not work with this. It must be the full one, I think, right? It's got to be, because that's what the code had. I tried that. Did I not? But then I had the RAM. Maybe the RAM height also was breaking it. We didn't, I guess, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't try this exact permutation. I refreshed too soon. Doing something. Not busy pin state, I don't know what you mean. I see busy state instead. I don't know what you mean, sorry. Hitting again, I don't know why it's running again. I don't like that, honestly. I really hope I cannot actually, like, break it, right? I hope that sending it different stuff like this is not gonna then break it to where it can't even work on the Pi anymore. It would be kind of sad if I did that. Alright, I mean, it's trying to do something. It's not... Now it just looks like it has data in it. Just like static, which looks like just binary data. And some funky lines. Okay. I got further than last time. Your argin, the function is using busypin, but quarg name is busy state. I don't know, is the truth. I don't think so. I think I think they're just referencing two things. What does the docs here say? State of the busy pin when the display is busy. I don't know how we know the correct one for it, I guess. This one has false. One also has false. Back in the resolution, this bit definitely looks familiar compared to the Inky code. Oh, it doesn't have that. This is the SPD. Appreciate the follow, my friend over on Twitch there. Spain has followed us on Twitch. Pretty crazy. Appreciate that, my friend. This one does the packing thing here before it calls this. Should we try this one? Doesn't have the, no, it doesn't have the same, right? Ours is 600 by 448, I'm pretty sure. By 448. I saw it in CodePy after RAM height, RAM width. However, I can now see busy pin looks like a valid name mark. Oh, well, I think mine was probably somewhere in mine. It might be yellow or whatever. Here, EPD Pizzy. So we successfully sent data. I think we're probably just not sending the right data. I think it's so unlikely that all this stuff is correct, right? But how on earth do we ever find out the right stuff to put here? PLL. So, I mean, should we try to compile together all the data that's in all of these send commands? Are all of these send commands, they're sending them separately, but is that basically what we need in start sequence? If we could figure out all the data that's in this and all of these and make it into a sequence? A lot of these things say the same kind of stuff, like power settings, or power settings and panel settings are backwards in these. Border color. I did see the border blinking. Disable external flash. When we call send command, it takes command data, which then turns around and calls spy write with spy command. It's just 0. And then if data is not none, it says send data after that, just as spy write, spy data, data. Spy write takes DC values that are read as data or command. X for offsets. And sequences are, yeah, I'm with you. So one thing I don't get is there's two things going in here. So this is 0x61. And then this is this pack thing. Huh? Would that just be prepended? So is this whole send command basically... Is that the full first thing here? Part that I'm least sure about is the command. So this one I think is... But where did... I don't know where this goes into though. Colors. In a list. Yeah. I have no idea. Like, how does the things get figured out? How did somebody understand? Like, how did Scott know these were the right things? Data sheet, I guess. Partially, I guess it's a bit difficult. I haven't really found a data sheet for the exact thing I have. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this because I don't really know, like, even like, let's say I wanted to try to convert this one to one of these. I mean, I can start kind of the same way, so that's 0x00, I guess. What? But now I don't know what to do here. So this one I think I figured out before, maybe? At this. But that's a number. But then I'd have to go... But it's no longer... Or is it still 2 bytes? Still 2 bytes? It's still 8 bits. But then where does the... What does that do? Is that just tacked on to the end also? I think they're related to hardware registers, but it's over my head. Not sure how to translate it from the registers. Be back in a second. They make reference here to a data sheet, but I did not actually find that. I tried looking, whoops, online. Did I? No, okay. I found this, but it says this. So, all-in-one gate driver, integrated timing, ESL. Source is capable of 3-bit outputs per pixel to support white-black color. That makes it sound like this is the 3-color version, not the 7-color version. Also, this is clearly confidential. Does have this in it? So I don't know if this is datasheet for my thing or not. Bit? I don't know really how to read this to get anything that I need out of it, but also I think I'm not convinced it's for the same exact thing. This one feels like it's the 3-bit one that can't actually do 7 colors. But that's like the only thing that comes up. You try to search for a data sheet. So you can see. Gonna be the same file. Except the text version of it. Somebody copy pasted it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's relevant to us for sure or not. Do I just keep trying to translate all these things? I mean, the stuff that we're ending up with does not look quite, but I guess it's just different for each screen. But like some of this stuff did work because we got some like refreshing going on. It just drew weirdness. The last one I did. I don't even know what's going on here. Guess we'd have to just put all that stuff in. And part of it is I can't do this translation, like, I don't know. And I guess you probably saw how I was doing it, but probably a better way, but I don't know. I don't just... This didn't take up any space. Good old 55. How many is that? Actually still 2 bytes, or yes? So that's probably easy. Got 2, 3 twice. Weird. Is that legit? Okay. I don't really like that. That feels wrong. And we don't have hashtags for anything else. Got 2 of them, I guess. Zero. Why can't I go up or down anymore? Weird. Is that right? And the 3 is not in there somewhere. Or like anything. That seems like 0, right? I don't know. I have very little confidence that I'm going about this the right way. $41. 55 again. Look at that. Lucky 55. Wasn't that what we had earlier? I don't know. The other thing is this is just 50-50, right? Like, I have no idea if that's actually right. I don't know if we're on a new line. One. Fifth one. Fifth one. Why are these two different lengths? That doesn't seem right. Color displays have 40 plus SPI registers for everything from power up to temperature control. Yikes. Yeah. It's an intricate, from what I understand, it's pretty intricate the way it works to actually make all those colors. Definitely way over my head. I don't understand the actual physics behind it. But I don't even know where we're at here. I'm so lost. It's like this would be CDI. This would be this part in here. Can't part it. We'll need this. I don't know what these comments out here are either. I wonder if I should be converting that to a number, picking the 2 bytes of it. I don't know. Okay. Something that we did matches something that was in docstring. It seems like this maybe is only the thing here. Let me step back to this though, because I'm pretty sure this is wrong, right? These should be the same length, I feel like. Add 41. Okay. I think I did not put it in this one. Which is, I guess, zeros. Okay, I think maybe I get that other one now. This one here. The 0 is an ASCII 0, not a number 0. Something like that. Not actually 0. Somewhere around 30 because it's something to do with ASCII where the index is starting, maybe? No. Alright, I think I'm going to try to power through the rest of these. We're going to give it a shot. I don't really expect it to work, but maybe I'll be surprised. I'm probably going to pack it in after that and we try to ask around a bit. Anybody's got recommendations kind of for how we would convert one? Because I feel like this file probably does contain everything we need to make the CircuitPython one, but I don't actually understand it myself. Maybe we are actually on the right track. It feels very much to me like it's not, but I could be wrong. Maybe I should be more optimistic, I guess. Oh, okay. Yeah. Another one of those. Part about command and then data, that part I'm not sure about either. Is the first byte always the command? Is this like the command of this sequence of stuff to send? I feel like what I'm doing here kind of assumes it is. It does strike me as odd that none of these have these other weird ASCII stuffs, right? It's all numbers and letters? Whereas we're getting like some 3-digit ones, which aren't appearing down here. There's no 3-digit ones. This is all hex. There's some upper and some lower, though. It's all hex values. First byte looks like register address, perhaps? Yeah, it's like register address. Didn't copyright. Everything's messed up. God, I'm so glad I noticed that. I say wrong as if it was copied wrong. Let's put it that way. It was copied wrong. Ah, I did it again. Need to be after this thing. Go. Okay. That was 1 M65. Zero we had before, but I'm just gonna redo it. Three. Zero, 3. 0. The end of it. Let's copy. Power off sequence. I don't know, what would be stop sequence? They have stop sequence in this code. We don't have start sequence either, but setup. It doesn't really have like tear down or stop. That picks go. Well, I don't know. Leave it alone, I guess. It went so fast. Doing anything? All right, well, we found a thing that doesn't work. Step in the right direction, I guess. Is there a double quote? Does that matter? These don't look like the same format to me, honestly. Because these ones are all /x 2 digits. AA0649, all exactly /x 2 digits, every single one of them. Two hex digits to be more specific, but even just 2 digits is enough of a pattern. Whereas me here, I'm always zero zero and then some third character typically. Not always, I guess. There's a few that aren't 00, but like vast majority of these are /x and then 00. flip-flops those. Makes sense. Oh, I don't think we did that right. But we tried, and we learned one way not to do it, basically. We learned a thing that doesn't work, which is good. All you can get. Yeah. Prove that for sure. Um, let's try... Assuming that there's actually no harm in trying it, which I don't know to be the fact, but hopefully that's true, because... Bummer if I broke it. We try this one? I will say one thing I did that I think maybe this one is closer. Maybe we should try this one. I'm going to try this one. This is SPD. Maybe we get lucky and it's compatible or something. I know that SPD ones, that's definitely not what I have. I'm sure. But maybe it's compatible. Because I do think that my refresh... This, I think, might be maybe right. Thing I saw that led me to believe that. I think this was in here. So it's back to this data sheet, which again, I'm not sure if this references the right thing, and or I should say I think that it doesn't reference the exact right thing, but maybe it's similar. But I did find this. Display refresh is in here. It has this. And this is 12, I think. Play refresh. We have 0, 0, 0. 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. 18. But then what's the hex? 12. Whereas the one I tried, it says not just 12 by itself, but 12 plus another thing and another thing. Maybe that one just doesn't work for us. This one will. One thing for sure I think we want to do is change this in our version. And then did we end up with the short one or the long one? Long one. Submit PRs for that maybe. This one is actually for the same size. But but we changed this. They can be different. Assuming this example script ran, they actually are different in this case. It's just like not a thing that exists here, I don't think. RAM width just doesn't. For those columns. Goes that comes from there. Comes from here. Or just these. I don't know if that's RAM size or not. Let's leave RAM size alone for now. Actually got it to do something this time. I will say it looks like it's painting something solid more than it did last time. I don't really see a square anywhere. I'm kind of expecting like a 200 by 200 square somewhere we didn't end up with. Oh. Okay. Apparently I should have started with this one. Well, I saw it there. Huh. It was in there somewhere. Oh. That might have worked. Seems like it worked. We did end up with white in the background and black in the foreground. Yeah, I should have started with this one, I guess, huh? Zero, 0, 100. See if we can paint the first quadrant red, well, blue. If that worked. So SPD, we're closer to that than I guess. SPD 1656, whatever our chip is, it must be pretty darn close to compatible with that, if not already compatible. Because we definitely got like, it definitely got the data that we intended to send it. We'll see what the colors turn out like, especially this one. Like maybe my colors are not right still. Maybe we end up with green instead of blue or red instead, or who knows, but it at least got the shape, right? Like the 200 by 200 with the 100 by 100 filled in is at least the shape we sent it. So we know our data is in there. This time will be kind of checkerboardy, I guess. So I think those are different. I mean, they're definitely different. Yeah, that's blue. I don't know, that's blue. I mean, when there's no other colors to compare it to, it kind of looks like a different shade of gray, honestly, but I think it's blue. I think it's the same blue that was in the stripes earlier, but just kind of like a, what you call those? Optical illusion, because you have nothing to compare it to, so your brain like kind of makes it a bit different. No, yellow is one color as well. Let's make our bitmap bigger. We should be able to go 400 by 400. Are we supposed to go to 200 on this? Is that why we have the 1 pixel there? I get that 1 pixel is kind of nice actually though. 0, 100. $100, $200. $99, 100. Looking back on it, I'm surprised. I guess I've learned my lesson is that I should try the ready-made code first always. I should not try to be hacking it together based on what I can figure out. And there is a ready-made thing, I should at least try it. If I would have started out by trying both of those, we would have discovered this way sooner. I am glad to have made it here though, honestly. This is pretty exciting. Oh, I made it 200 by 200, but then I still kept all of my things here. Yeah, still kept all of my things between the, or I made it 400 by 400, I should say. The full thing is 400 now, but I still only filled in regions that are within the 200 by 200. I made my bitmap bigger, but it doesn't actually matter. Now you can really see some nice colors. So there's blue, red, and green, and those are actually what we did, right? So the colors are actually even working, which I kind of actually did not expect that, truly. Yeah. Go, 200? Zero, 200. 100. 300. Not actually sure what all the 7 colors are. We'd have to go back to the stripes, which I actually don't. You can't get back to the stripes super easily. About ready for a new coffee, though, I think. I am going to still wrap it up pretty soon, I think. Bit of renewed energy since we got some success. I'm going to tinker for a little bit longer, but yeah. It's crazy the different colors that it goes through, because like looking at it now, I mean, you would never know that's going to be yellow. If it is actually going to be yellow. But now we do have like the full thing is yellow, so it's like, yeah, okay, now you can tell. Yeah, now it's like full on. Fascinating the sequence it goes through. Nice. Okay, well there's 6 of our colors, I guess. What's our 7th color? Orange? It has an orange. Yeah, it totally is orange. Because the orange is kind of close to the red, in my opinion, honestly. But how do you make orange? I don't even know. I mean, yellow? Orange is a mixture of yellow and red, but yellow is a mixture of red and green. Oh, I think I killed the camera. Does it do that cycling every time it needs to change color? I don't understand the cycling purpose. It does the cycling every time you refresh the display. That's what you mean. And as far as the purpose, I mean, other than it's like part of the magic that makes it be able to do its colors, I don't have a better like, I don't have a more real world answer than that. All I can really tell you is it's some part of the magic that allows it to be multicolor and e-ink at the same time. So I listened to somebody talk about the actual technology once. It was like, it's like bubbles are floating in there, and then depending on how far up they float, that was one of the technologies they had at the time. I have no idea if this is the same one or not. That died. FF. Okay, I'll do that one. Oh, it's going. Oh. Well, I didn't save yet. I don't know. We're just restarting right now. I don't know what that's about. I'm just gonna let it do its thing though. I want to go, I guess, down. I go down here. Yeah, I go down there. So 200 gonna be 209. Ooh, interesting. We got the REPL. Oh, we made it all the way to code done running. That's funny. You know, there is this long sleep at the end here. So we actually finally waited long enough for that sleep to go through, and that just dropped us to the REPL, because that's what it does. So that's why we would actually need the while true if we wanted to just stay running, I guess. Do a let's do that instead. The thing we do want is like we do want it to slow down if it's restarting itself over and over. I think we want to wait for 120 seconds, but we do want some timeout at the beginning so that if it is actually restarting, it slows down, because you can't refresh the screen too fast. There's like a limit. I think it's built in somewhere, but I mean, we're not using the right driver, so it goes out the window if it's built in somewhere. It looks like, if nothing else, I will say it looks like we probably didn't break it, because we are getting like reasonable stuff out of it. Okay, I did put the 6 here. Let's see if we actually get that. I may need to, nope, okay, I was gonna say, need to Control-C, Control-D. We have our 10-second countdown now this time, so it's gonna have it's gonna burn 10 seconds at the top here. There we go, and then we get all our stuff. Start our flashy show. Oh, I didn't change it. I think so. Part of like if you, and I know a couple folks watch me with some regularity, I was working on color converter recently. The reason why I was working on color converter was partially related to this. I think that maybe, I think internally color converter might be like fixing this stuff for us. We might even be able to choose something that's not quite right, and I think it might be like helping us out in that. I think it might be choosing our colors for us based on whatever's closest. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah, we got the orange in there. So that's all 7 colors. White is the background, and then the 6 colors there, I believe, are the full range of 7. Okay, well, it was a long and winding journey. It turned out that it did not necessarily need to be, which I'm glad we figured out in the end. So SPD. Interesting, this must be similar. Similar enough. UC 8159. Interesting. I have one result, and it is from Hackaday, and I have clicked on it before. This is probably good information if you're interested in the nitty-gritties of the colors. Looks like this person dove way into it, which is pretty neat. They are braver than me. Interesting. This also says 3-color. Huh. It's compatible all in one. Hey. Back to this. Okay. Interesting. They don't really say, like... Sure recently released more information about the controller. The right one is the... page 15 of the datasheet. There's a complete memory layout. Besides LUTs, there's also voltages, frame rates. Those are the only mentions. Was that a compatible controller? Interesting. For sure. When doing things the hard way, that's definitely true. Do everything the hard way is finding all the ways to fail on purpose. All the ways not to do something. Yeah, for sure. I'm with you there. Okay, I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna go and get some food. Probably make myself another coffee. Just get up and move around for a bit. Pretty darn happy with that, though. We made it all the way there. So I guess really the main thing we would need is, I mean, as far as I can tell, this driver right here is just working. So I guess maybe we could add something into here that says it works for this other display also. And then the example could stand to be updated for the oh, it's not the example though, it's the library actually. The library needs updated for the name of that argument. Shorthand in here. Pretty sure I had to change it, but I'll double check on that. This we left alone. Everything else just seemed to work. I guess one thing I'll need to do is I should probably is that ruler thing in here? Maybe I'll I don't need the full thing, I guess. Maybe I'll cut this out to the right size and draw it on the display also. This seems like a good diagnostic image for sure. Great stream today. Brain hurts a little. Yep. Yeah, I'm with you there. Both counts for sure. Alrighty. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Appreciate all of you hanging out here in the chat, or just anybody watching along as well. Appreciate you too. Thanks again to our follower earlier on Twitch, Spain. If that's the full country of Spain, I assume not quite the full country, but either way, I appreciate the follow. I don't know exactly when we'll be back. Maybe stream a bit tomorrow or Monday, I'm sure. Probably be around sometime on Monday. So have a good weekend, everybody. And I will see you all next time, whenever it happens to be. Thanks.